What is going on, guys and girls? It's GhostRobo, and welcome to Late Game Endgame, The Division. We're here sitting at level 20, about to tackle what I believe is the final mission in the security wing of the campaign. Going to take down a big bad boss that has been turning New York City upside down. We're rolling with a squad of 3 once more. We've got a whole slew of skills equipped, a bunch of rare guns, and we are ready for battle, taking this thing straight to what is the coolest area I've seen yet in the game. My assault rifle right here has a lovely scope on it. I'm loaded out with a whole bunch of ammo, a whole bunch of skills, and a whole lot of purple, so you know it's a good day when everything we're using from gear to guns is purple. I was able to play one of the late game endgame missions, and it's pretty cool, so I wanted to show it to you.
This is about taking the Rikers out at the knees. There's no one who can replace Lorraine Barrett. She's the one who organized the escape to Manhattan.
They're holding 3 of my people there. If you can get them out before blowing the lid off, I'd be grateful.
All right, get them out first, but don't jeopardize the mission. We're going in on your heels. The jailbreak ends here.
So the Rikers are one of the enemy factions that you will face off against. They've escaped from Rikers Island, and they are being led by a brutal woman who is the boss that we're trying to take down here. The streets are swarming with guards, and an early taste of what it's like when you reach level 20. We've got, I think, 3 skills equipped here at this point, as well as a bunch of good guns. So I have a turret. I have my I think I've got a turret, a bouncing, it's like a homing grenade / explosive that you can roll in.
No! Damn it, he's gone.
The hostage has been killed, which stinks,
We lost a good man.
but it's okay.
Sorry, Captain, but we've got to stay focused. You need to keep moving, Agent.
All right, so here you'll see this thing goes in, blows up, and then drops fire bombs from the sky, which is a great way to say hi and start the battle. I recommend it for any encounter that you face here in the Division. Also, what's really cool, you'll notice about my placeable turret that I'll use later on in the video, is that those can be modified to have different effects. Someone has placed one of theirs in the middle of this battle, and you saw it shooting flames, so you can have those turrets do different things. Shoot bullets, shoot flames, and I think there's an electrical effect, some different things like that, which is cool. So eventually you'll get the ability to not only have top tier skills, but then modify them. This reminds me so much of like the Joker Arkham Knight here. Welcome to the party. And you can even pop the balloons. I do appreciate the fact that almost everything you shoot in this game reacts in some way. Really, that era of shooting walls and just seeing, like, you know, bullet marks but no holes appear over and over again is in the past, which is a great thing, because I always found that so annoying and frustrating when, like, you'd shoot a bottle and it wouldn't even budge. It was like a 50,000-pound bottle that wasn't even impacted by bullets or anything. So they've set up a light show, a party, a welcome extraordinaire for us here. And we are going to go see what we can do. Creepy mannequins with axes, hostages, and bad guys. Got the shot lined up here in the reception area. I really like the environments in this game. Alright, so say hello to my placeable turret. This thing will lay down some burn, which should start the fight off nicely, and then we'll go into the assault rifle. And one thing you'll notice that the guns, even though I'm using like rare guns and level 20 guns, they all basically feel the same, and that's a concern that I have with the game, is that even though you are unlocking more powerful weaponry, they all kind of feel exactly identical, handle and control exactly identical, and therefore it's like, okay, so yes, this assault rifle is a level 20 assault rifle, but does it feel any different than a level 5 assault rifle? That thing is going to home in, find its target, and then bounce up, bounce down, and explode. And there's modifiers for that as well. You can have it do different things if you don't want it to home, but just fire more grenades, etc., etc. And that's one of the coolest things, is that your abilities have the ability to be modified into basically whole other abilities, even though they fall into the same category. And that's something that I think this does better than Destiny. Just because that similarity is very apparent, that the abilities have a whole lot of tweaks and different touches, and there's quite a few of them. So you're not limited to just, you know, a class ability that has you know, a couple variations, but instead you've got a whole bunch of abilities to choose from, and then each of those have a whole bunch of almost different layouts / uses to put to you know, however you want to implement them, what suits you best. All right, so we will work through these initial enemies. Again, since we're level 20, they're kind of the same difficulty, right? Because, you know, in the early missions like at Madison Square Garden, you're level 4 and you're facing off against level 4 guys. Now I'm level 20 facing off against level 20 guys. So in terms of challenge, I guess they have a better arsenal to attack you with, and maybe they get a little bit smarter AI-wise, but in terms of difficulty, it basically feels the same. It just looks a lot cooler visually because you are doing so much more and have so much more at your disposal. I do wonder if you venture into some of these areas earlier on, or how they sort of segment and scale the game, if you'll be able to take on like this mission at, say, level like 16, and then it would be a real tough challenge, but maybe you get more XP or something like that. Picked up a shot grenade, a lot of different kinds of grenades that we'll have access to here as well, and that you unlock throughout the game. There's tear gas, EMP. I've also got my consumables, soda, which gives you like cooldown reduction, water we talked about, adds damage and whatnot. I've got a full slate of that stuff as well. We'll dive further into their enclave here. Try to spot the big bad boss. Lots of stairwells, Christmas lights in this game. It's two things that seem to be part of every mission. Here in the toilet, there is a med kit, so we'll grab one of those. A nice refill in the ladies' bathroom. I believe this is the main area. Nope, not yet. Another creepy entertainment room. We'll check out this Echo. Should give us a little bit of a taste of the past. What went down in this room.
Just a little game of pin the axe on the piggy.
How about 10 points if you get him in the arm?
5 for the hands. What do you say, 20 for the head? 30? Depends on how deep it goes in.
Oh, please. I've got a family.
You think I didn't have a family? You think I was born in Rikers?
No. I'm just saying. You don't have to do this. We're real people, okay? We're not just symbols or uniforms.
What if one of you fools finally knows what it feels like?
I don't understand.
Get on your knees, bitch!
Hey, boss.
That's all you gotta
Looks
understand.
like this little piggy's come to market. We're gonna have ourselves a Christmas ham?
Now, the thing with ham is, you gotta know where to make the first cut.
No, wait.
So that was LeRae Barrett, who is the leader of the Rikers, and she is the woman who we're seeking out. Looks like they were torturing some hostages there, the people we were trying to save, and not treating them very nicely whatsoever. So we'll go give them a taste of their own medicine in the form of flame turrets, exploding homing grenades, and bullets. But again, my concern remains just about sort of the difficulty loop, if it'll ever get more challenging or how that'll work, and then the weapons, if everything kind of maintains the same. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. It's a big concern I have with the game.
Agent, the hostage is being held on the roof. You need to clear it out.
I will say that these later game areas are a lot cooler and more dynamic than some of the early ones. And just in terms of their variety and their flair, like this rooftop kind of lounge is a pretty sweet place to be fighting. And we do have snipers, so they will increase, I guess, the types of weapons they use. But again, me being level 20, them being level 20, I can deal quite a bit of damage to them. Alright. Throw in that turret there. It will lock and load. Beautiful. Setting guys on fire. We'll grab some health and find a new approach via the same approach. And now I'll throw in my homing grenade. If anything, it gets easier later on because you have stuff like those homing grenades that go and seek out guys for you, and placeable fire turrets that deal damage for you. And so in some effects, it becomes more passive and requires less proficiency and less accuracy. But maybe that's the reward you get for playing through the game. Regardless, we're working our way through, gaining XP and gaining ground here against the Rikers, who are escaped prisoners. If you've ever seen the, there was a quarter digital, like, kind of video, movie, live action thing for The Division, and that, in that video, they're fighting the Rikers faction, the escaped convicts. Alright, Alright, so there's a dude with armor. So we'll need to kind of pick at his brain a little bit, both figuratively and literally. And now we're getting some perks from skills, I believe, right now. We'll kind of thin him out. Clearly these guns have a lot of good mods on them because they do maintain stability more than some of their early game counterparts. And we will wreck that guy real quick. Roof has been secured, loot has been gained, and we are ready to go get Sergeant Ramos and move on to Lorraine Barrett and her best Rikers.
Thanks for the rescue. Thought I was a dead man there. They worked me over pretty good. Barrett and her people. They're inside. Oh, shit.
Alright, so it's a hostage. That was not Sergeant Ramos. So we'll pick up a little bit more loot and look for him wherever he may be. Just grabbing everything. I hope there's a magnetism perk so that it just sucks all this stuff for you, or an auto loot or something like that would be really cool. No soda left in the fridge.
Ramos. We've got this. Find a secure position and hunker down.
And that's in order, Sergeant.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
Second wave of schmuck lords have come in, and they will face the fire. They should probably move. If I was on fire, I would run, but these guys instead are just staying put. Keep in mind that there are more enemies than there would be single player because I am playing with 3. The number of enemies has been increased dramatically. And we're still wiping through them pretty darn good. Granted, you can turn the missions to hard for better loot, so that's probably what I'll be doing to add some challenge and add some better gear and whatnot, is upping the difficulty at the start of the mission. I think we're playing this on normal, but you could play it on hard in order for more challenge. There is an electric grenade, which is pretty darn cool. This guy is getting roasty toasty by my fire turret. And see, he's a smarter AI than you would see early on. Very heavily armored, and doing his best to take out my my sort of what do you call it, like placeable weaponry.
Lau here. I just heard about Ramos, Captain. Glad we reached him in time.
Thanks for that. My people are getting into position to breach the hall. Agent, you're gonna want to unlock the maintenance access. The building blueprints show a security control room down in the basement.
Alright, so we are going to bring in some backup, and then head to the boss encounter. Cleared out this rooftop very nicely, grabbed all the loot. There is Mr. Ramos sliding his way over. He's a cool guy, he's got those future boots. Who needs swagways when you've got swag shoes? Goodbye, Ramos. Thank you for the acknowledgement. We still have further business to handle. Alright. Into a real creepy room full of mannequins. And now I believe we've reached... Oh, not yet. We're almost there. First we have to fight through a warehouse full of crooks, and then we'll get to Barrett herself. XP flying everywhere, as it's gained universally no matter who grabs the kill in your group. Which is nice in the sense that there's no kill stealing, but at the same time, you know, I would love for them to have rewards after the mission based on how many kills you got or your performance. I understand not wanting to, you know, keep the XP all messed up and, you know, having you and your friends be super disparate, or have the issue of one person just kill stealing and messing up the experience. But I think there should be some distinguishment and acknowledgement for who plays best. We threw a lot of fire right by the door, so dealing extreme amounts of damage and just finishing these fools off as they pour out the door, not even letting them have a chance to say hello or grab a cupcake. We'll just get them while the going is good. I think that was actually a flame turret, not a flame grenade, by the way. And now this door, they say hello. What do we got this time? Tearing through. Assault rifles are fantastically useful, especially once you get that recoil under control, because you can then keep it on target and still have a ridiculous amount of DPS because your gun is firing so dang fast. Another grenade in there. We'll get up close and personal with our shotgun. Grabbing a med kit. Even though I've used quite a few med kits in this mission, it seems like you're getting them more frequently than usual. So it's kind of like the balance is set. You use a lot, you get a lot. You use a lot, you get a lot. Alright, JTF is trash. Classy, Rikers. Very classy. Looks like there was some sort of play or performance going on in this building. A theater of sorts. An exhibit, it says. I'm not exactly sure what it is. But no matter. We've entered the control room here.
So far, so good. My strike squads are moving in. They'll breach the main hall on your signal.
Alright. Grabbing what we need. And then let's get out of here. More stairwells. Restock. You know that we are ready for the big battle because we've entered the theater and the restock was right there. So they are putting you in a prepared state. Alright, so a lot of dudes, and these are Lorraine's strongest guards, including her here, so everyone will take a lot of damage, and she, like the first boss on the rooftops of Madison Square Garden, somehow has a bulletproof vest that's made out of, like, a planet, and therefore withstands a whole slew of shots. But we'll use all of our tech to try to make this go a little bit smoother. My teammates are doing the same thing as we try to really tear through as many people as we can. Roll out of the way of the grenade. Can't roll anywhere, but it seems like we dodged its effect nonetheless, aren't disoriented or anything like that. So we'll just keep reloading now and working our way through. Alright. Find a different point. These guys are heavies, clearly. Lorraine is somewhere in the back. She's almost by center stage. Rightfully so for the leader of the group. Those chandeliers are super awesome. I don't think I tried to shoot them, but I kind of wish I did, because it would have been cool if they shattered into a million pieces or fell or something like that. Alright. I am in trouble. That was not a good exchange for me. Dealing significant damage. That guy is almost dead. You can see he's just got a sliver of health, so one of my teammates can go and wrap up the fight with him and pick me up. That would be beautiful. I think instead this guy is super valiant. Grab me first, and then I will go over here and lay the killing blow on that dude. We'll head to the upper level without the pistol and see if we can deal some long-range shots.
Your team is down. Requires assistance.
Alright. Once you have like a full arsenal of skills, they cycle fast enough, and if you use them at the right times, you can basically have one active constantly, whether it's your flame turret, your grenade, your passives or whatnot. Combining that with regular grenades, you're always having something to throw out, something to assist you, something to help in stemming the tide of the fight. There, just chomp down on a little bit because I was low on health, and we'll work to wipe these guards out. We can't really get to Lorraine until we tackle this onslaught of enemies. I wasn't sure at this point if it's one of those instances where you have to kill the boss, otherwise her guards and her squad will continue to spawn. But I do know that these snipers near the back corners of the map were causing us a heck of a lot of trouble. So I'm going to move cover to cover and use my shotgun to take them out, which should hopefully help with our health and allow us to get closer and closer to Lorraine. So we'll throw a flame turret in there. He is going to try to take that out. That distracts him from what he's trying to do. And then we can get in here up close and personal and peel away his armor, peel off his health, switch the shotgun, and finish the fight against the sniper. Bullet fire in every single direction, which is pretty awesome because you do need to be prepared. Again, cover is super important in this game, both early and late. We'll finish that sniper off real quick. His armor is probably already depleted. And now we can work on Lorraine. You can see, well, there's more guys over there that we'll work on taking out. And then we've got Lorraine with the yellow, the named enemy, down in the middle of the first floor there. Keeping my whole squad on the second floor seems to be the best tactic. That way we have cover opportunities at any point via the guards of the balcony. Although some of this stuff I think can be shot through, at least the parts that aren't reinforced. There's reinforced metal areas, and then there are non-reinforced areas. I don't have any defensive skills equipped right now. I just have that homing grenade and the flame turret. Here is Lorraine, so we will just go to town on her. Again, boss fights and enemies in general are a lot easier when you have multiple friends, because then they can pull aggro and pull fire, and you can kind of just lay into an enemy no matter how spongy they are. She's basically like SpongeBob because of how much damage she can take. She's literally on fire and being constantly put on fire and being shot by 3 different people, and her health is still ticking away so slowly. Which I understand. It's difficult to make a tough boss in a realistic setting without giving them an insane amount of health. But yeah, this lady, she can rumble and rumble for a very long time. A couple guards have come back, so we'll work on thinning those out. I figured if I take these guys out, it'll help my teammates. And I do hope that some of the missions become tactical in that way, that you do have to coordinate and work, almost like strikes from Destiny. I know there aren't going to be the creative kinds of bosses that we saw in Destiny, in terms of that they have like, oh, a magic shield, or they have, you know, a thin window to hit them, or they can teleport. But I do hope that there's different scenarios and that they use the environment and the way that the enemies, the grunts, to come at you to require the implementation of tactics between you and your squad in a similar fashion. I think it's important. The longevity of the game is keeping things interesting beyond just aim and fire, aim and fire, aim and fire. Lorraine is not having a good day. She's screaming for her life down there, and we are going to go make things even more miserable. She is just about to die, and so are we. I hope I do not bleed out before I get to deal the final blow to her, so I am going to bust a move and hit the back hallway, because I figure if I enter the area with Lorraine, 1 shot from her and I would be done. I got a reinforced holster. Great. Loot grabbing while I eat my snacks. Get a little bit of health back, throw that flame turret there, and help to take this guy out. Probably didn't need a flame turret right there, but wanted to guarantee so I didn't lose out. Grab a med pack from him, so it was a worthwhile usage of the turret. And there is Lorraine, and she is now done for.
I'm impressed, Agent. Tricky assignment. You did what had to be done.
Yeah, you broke their spine, kid. With the leader dead, the rest are gonna scatter.
I don't think we're quite done with them yet, but at least now we can get these JTF folks back on the job.
Oh yeah. I need my people alive and out there fighting a good fight. God knows we can't afford to lose any more personnel. I owe you, Agent.
Alright, so that concludes the mission and concludes our battle with Lorraine and just the Rikers in general in this late game campaign quest that you just saw. There is no cutscene upon her execution. You do gather almost like a recording of her in the loot that then you can play, and it shows kind of her final speech to her troops, but there's no like cutscene, and so that's just the end of the mission, which is a little bit abrupt, but hopefully it gives you a good taste of the end game content, or the late game content approaching end game, and what a level 20 mission is like. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. I'll have more Division coverage and stuff coming your way soon. If you want to see more, like I said, just let me know. Hit that like button. Until next time, hope you guys enjoyed. Happy and glad that I'm able to bring you guys some awesome extra stuff like this level 20 mission. Rats running through the streets. We'll be back soon. Until that time, drink so much, all. Thanks again, and we'll see you all later.